Hi, I'm Karen Greer with CBS 46 in Atlanta. We have a unique submission to share with you today for consideration in the digital category. With our station's recent acquisition by Gray Television, any links from our website in 2021 are no longer active as we transition to Gray's digital platforms on March 1st. There were a couple of digital projects we produced in 2021 that we wanted to share. So, with the approval from RTNDA, we've put together this video to share the key parts of those projects with all of you. All of what you're about to see is screen recorded video from CBS46.com. That's on our previous platform. This past fall, Atlanta voters were tasked with electing a new mayor, with incumbent Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms choosing not to run for re-election. One of the pillars of journalism is to inform the electorate. So that's exactly what we decided to do with this first digital project. Here's CBS 46 Director of Digital Media, Josh Morgan, with an overview.
Here's a quick look at our old homepage here at CBS46.com. We show you this for two reasons. Number one, to show you the banner we use to help get viewers to our special page. But second, to show you how we designed our special page to look dramatically different than what our viewer normally gets from CBS 46. So let's click on that banner and take you to the Atlanta mayoral race page. The first thing that you see on this page is a large description of what you can expect by visiting this page. As you can read in the second paragraph, we here at CBS 46 conducted one-on-one interviews with the 5 leading candidates based on polls published from the University of Georgia. This description was updated when a new poll came out. The last poll was released on October 21st. When you scroll down, you will see images of each of those candidates, along with their corresponding poll numbers. Those numbers and the corresponding images were updated and rearranged each time the new numbers came out. When you continue to scroll down, you'll see one final description of what the viewer can expect from the rest of the page, and how this page will serve as a perfect one-stop shop for them to learn everything they need to know about each candidate. We then start with our 5 candidate profiles, in order of their polling numbers. As you can see, we start each profile with a large image of the candidate, along with their name below it. Although a small detail, we thought it was important for the viewers to see each candidate in a significant way with these photos. Each of those candidate images click through to their individual campaign websites. While we certainly provided comprehensive information for each candidate on our site, we wanted to give our viewers an easy way to dive deeper into that person by giving them easy access to the respective campaigns. Back on our site, and below each image, we provided a verbatim quote from each candidate on why people should vote for them for mayor. Again, a simple detail, but an important one. By just scrolling down this page, you will get a direct answer from all 5 candidates on why they believe they should be the next mayor of Atlanta. Right below that quote, there are 3 boxes for each candidate. The first one, on the left, is our complete one-on-one interview with the candidate. When you click on that link, you're taken to a traditional story page with a large video player at the top of the screen. That video is the full interview we did with that candidate. We also added lower thirds to each video, which highlighted each question that was asked. If you then scroll below the video, we transcribed the entire interview into text. For those who didn't want to watch the interview, or wanted to search for specific questions or answers, we provided the whole interview in text form. Back to the main page now, and let's go to the second box. When you click on that, you will be taken to another page where you will find an image of the first page of the candidate's most recent campaign finance report. From there, you can then download and view the entire campaign finance report. Now let's take you to that third box. If the viewer didn't have enough time to listen to the entire one-on-one interview or read the full transcript, here we have linked to our on-air story from CBS 46 anchor Karen Greer, who interviewed all 5 candidates. Each story was about 90 seconds long and hit on some of the key issues facing Atlanta voters. All of these resources were provided for each candidate, which allowed potential voters to make an apples-to-apples comparison between each of the candidates running for mayor. No other site in the market provided this type of resource for voters in Atlanta. Yes, everyone covered the race extensively, but CBS 46 went the extra mile to provide a simple, yet comprehensive resource that allowed voters the opportunity to make an educated decision on their choice for mayor.
That was project number 1. The second one we wanted to share with you came from one of the biggest court cases in the nation in 2021, the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. Again, here's Josh.
Like the first project, we used a special banner on the homepage to click viewers through to what you see here. Once again, significantly different style than our homepage, and different than the last project we just featured. Let's start at the top. You see 3 boxes across the top of the page. On the left is where we featured our daily live blog from court. Each day, we created a brand new live blog and updated it with information from our reporters who were stationed at the courthouse, as well as our team covering the case from Atlanta. As you can see here, the final live blog was from the day of the verdict. Each live blog included a quick explanation of what viewers could expect, followed by chronological coverage from the day's proceedings, with the most recent information at the top. We embedded tweets and Facebook posts. We added photos and videos from the scene. Everything that we learned, our viewers knew about it immediately in this live blog. These blogs were available for every single day of the trial. Back on the home page, we moved to Box 2. Box 2 was a link to another page that housed all of our stories from the trial. While our live blogs were comprehensive each day, we also wanted to provide an archive of other stories for people to catch up on. The last box at the top of the home page was an ongoing photo gallery from in and around the courthouse. This was a gallery we added to each day with a mix of photos from our teams on scene as well as from the Associated Press. While court cases can be visually poor, we wanted to provide as many new visuals to our viewers as possible. Not only was the gallery updated each day, the head frames from each of those 3 boxes were updated daily as well. Let's move on to the next portion of this page. While the top of the page was dedicated to up-to-the-minute information on the trial, this part of the page provided background and context to our viewers. Before the trial started, we provided 4 primary stories on the people directly involved in the case. Each of these 4 stories provided background on the case, and then are followed by biographical information on who they are and what we know about them. Too often, especially in court cases, we know very little about the people who are involved. We know what happened that led to a trial, but we don't know much about the actual people involved. In this case, we provided that background and context for Ahmaud Arbery, defendants Greg McMichael, Travis McMichael, and Roddy Bryan, Judge Timothy Walmsley, as well as the lead prosecutor and 3 defense attorneys. The next portion of this page is a timeline of the events that led up to the murder trial, starting with the day Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed, and through the beginning of jury selection in his trial. This was an easy, visual way to provide our viewers with the key information they needed to know about how we got to where we are today. The rest of this page is informational and contextual content. We provided a section that you can see in gray with the most recent video and analysis from the trial. This area included one-on-one interviews with CBS 46 legal analyst Paige Pate, who provided regular analysis throughout the trial. The next area is where we archived our daily live blogs. This was an easy spot for people to find our day-to-day coverage from court. Each day, our daily live blog moved from the top of the page into this area where they were archived in chronological order. And finally, back on the main page, we provided every single story our station covered over the course of the Ahmaud Arbery case. From the day Ahmaud Arbery was tragically killed up until the start of the trial, we provided viewers with every single story we covered. If anyone needed background on the case, we had them covered.
Once again, this was a story covered by every single station in our market and across the country. We wanted to take the extra step of aggregating and highlighting content from the case and from the daily court proceedings into a one-stop shop for viewers so they could get everything they need without having to search and click all over our site. Well, that concludes the submission for the digital category. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And from all of us here at CBS 46 in Atlanta, thank you for your consideration.